Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm Rhonda and I haven't been here in a while because I've been busy making all kinds of things and I'm super excited to show you. So come along with me and let's get started. I also have a special guest for you that I think you're gonna like. So let's do this. Hi there, welcome to Creative Crochet with Rhonda, and I'm sorry I haven't been around for a while and I feel kind of bad about that. I get kind of lost in my projects and I get so excited to get them completed and to show you, and I hope that if you're following me, I hope that I made the wait worth it. If you aren't following me yet and you like what I show you and you like what I do, please remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that little notification bell down below to get all of my notifications so you don't miss a thing. I've got a knockoff designer hat tutorial coming. I've had some wonderful pattern testers working tirelessly creating beautiful hats that I'm going to show you soon. If you saw the door open, that is my cat. She likes to come and go as she pleases, and even when I look for privacy and close the door, she's going to find a way to open it. So anyways, I'm going to start at the beginning. I'm going to carry on where I left off. If you haven't seen my prior videos about this wonderful campfire cardigan, then I will let you know that I was having some issue finding buttons that I loved for it. And I think I had maybe 4 buttons that I tried, toggle buttons, or maybe 3 or 4 different types of buttons. Toggle buttons, owl buttons, and then I bought these coconut shell buttons or coconut buttons, and I decided to go with those, and I wanted to show you the finished product. I'm happy with it. I like the way they look. I think it looks nice. It's simple. They've got some nice variation because they are a natural material, so each one looks a little bit different. I'm going to get you a little close-up of, this is the bag of buttons, and some are lighter, some are darker, but they all have some really interesting variations, so I do like that part of it. Okay, so just to show you, this one has a lot of little sort of imperfections in it, but it just makes it more natural. Here's one with a little less marking on it, but the light's shining on it a little bit, but you can see there's different markings, and I really like these buttons. I think they all look so different. This one's interesting. Whoops. So, and they're sturdy. I actually bought some seashell or natural shell buttons at AliExpress, and that was a fail. I'm actually trying to get my money back. I'm going to show you why. So you have to be careful with what you buy, but I thought these buttons would look nice. And then I noticed when they arrived, some of them were broken in the package, and I'll show you what happens to them. Just got to get the package open. So here's what they look like, and I thought that's kind of pretty. You know, that is a pretty looking button, very natural. I thought I could use it on some really cool sweaters, but this, I'm not even going to break that one because you never know, it could be something decorative for some craft, but this is what happens to them. They just break, and they're sharp too. That's it. Did you see how easy that was? So yeah, I'm not really sure what they're used for, and I do think they're pretty, but not for garments. So anyways, that's a little aside. So that was the final decision, and I'm happy with it, and whoever came along and commented and gave me your opinion, I really appreciate it. It helped me, it really did. There were some definite opinions and advice that you gave me that I really took to heart, and I listened, and I took your advice, and it helped me to make my decision. So thank you for that. Okay, so next, I decided to use some Carnival yarn from Hobbii, and I don't have the label for the one I'm working on now, but I will show you what Carnival yarn looks like. It is 100% acrylic. It's a roving style yarn. The color in this is really pretty. You can see all of those lovely shades of red and purple and gold and orange. Now, the one I used is a little bit different, and unfortunately it kind of fell apart, but you'll get some idea here with the pinks and the oranges, and there's some golds in here, but I did get a bunch of loose yarn coming apart. What I decided to do with this is, it was actually a friend's birthday coming up, and I thought, you know, I'm going to make her a scarf. And so I did this lovely peacock beginning of a scarf, and I thought it's an interesting colorway, but I'm not really sure that my friend is going to like these colors. So I decided to give her something else, but I just wanted to show you, I really love this stitch pattern. This is called the peacock pattern, and I do think that I'm going to have a tutorial because it's a really easy 2-row repeat, and it's fun to do. It works up fairly quickly, looks really nice, and yeah, so I just wanted to show you this interesting colorway with the pinks and the burgundies, wines, whatever, and these. It's very fall looking. You can let me know if you like those colors, but it's definitely a unique sort of a color blend. So I did that, not quite finished that, but I do have some finished projects that I want to show you. Okay, well, I'm actually really super happy with this cardigan, very excited about it. And it doesn't look great on this mannequin because this is a female body figure, and this is actually a cardigan that I made for my son. And the yarn I used was mostly this Wonderfil yarn, this chunky yarn by Easy Knit, and there's the label, and I used silver and gray combination, plus I used this Charisma in the colorway black. I'm sure it's just black, yes. And this, so I use this for the trim in the sleeves. Now I'm going to show you the sleeves specifically because I used the zigzag spike pattern or variation of it, and I do have a tutorial which I'm going to link you to. So if you like the way this looks, then you can incorporate it in your patterns as well. It's really fun and easy to do. It looks so stylish, and actually I got this yarn in 2 separate Mary Maxim mystery bags, and this yarn is considered a great value yarn. It's 70% polyester, 30% acrylic, and each skein has 300 grams or 192 meters. Now I used most of the yarn. I had 4 of the dark gray, 2 of the light gray. I ended up with a little bit left over from both, but not a lot. I could possibly make a hat to go with this, but for now it's just a sweater. I found these buttons, really nice buttons, on Amazon. I'll link you to them, and I'll show you a close-up. They're resin buttons, and I really thought they're nice quality. So I loved the color, and interestingly, these were called black, but they're not black, they're gray, and they go perfectly with the sweater. You can see the two-tone in them. They're really nice quality buttons. I believe they were $17.99 Canadian for a bag of 20, and I think that's good for the quality of button. Now, I was considering using a wooden button, but I'm actually really happier with these. I'll continue telling you about this yarn. So this yarn is machine washable, but it says for best results, hand wash. I'm going to tell you how I found working with it. Now, I like the feel of it. I like the way it glided through the hook. That was not a problem. What I didn't like was that it did have too many knots, and that was a little bit frustrating when I was working with it and I had to tie off ends and restart. So that wasn't great, but for a value yarn, I would say it's great. It is a heavy yarn. This sweater weighs a lot, but that being said, I tried it on and it's really cozy. Another thing I'd like to point out about this sweater is how I had to work with the differences in yarn weight, because the Titan yarn must be a much bulkier yarn. Although it's also a 6, I thought they'd be the same weight. I tested my gauge. I thought I got it right, but perhaps I didn't. I found that I needed more yarn because this yarn must be not quite as thick, but it's a thick yarn and I think it looks great. And truth be known, I had to get creative because I didn't have enough of one color, but in fact, I'm really happy with the 3-tone effect. This cardigan is made with the back panel and then the 2 front panels separately, and then the edging is worked up. The sleeves are worked separately as well and then sewn on. What I found was the panels were looking really narrow, and I started off with one size and found that no, this isn't going to be enough. So I actually frogged the back panel completely. It was close to completion and I thought, okay, or more than halfway, and I just decided, okay, this isn't going to work. And I increased the size and it still looked narrow. So what I ended up doing is once the panel was worked up, I actually worked along the sides and the effect is nice. And I want to bring this up to you because I think it's a good thing to take away with you that there are ways to work with things, that you don't always have to frog, that you can work around mistakes or miscalculations. So in this one, you can see here, I'm going to turn this around to the side. If you look closely here, you can see that there is a piece going this way. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can. So most of it's going horizontal, but then I started working along the edges like so in the back panel as well as the side panels. So I created an extension in the width of this garment, and you know, it worked out well. And I actually think that it looks like it's part of the style. And what I did is I also increased the bottom ribbing. So I did have to do some fiddling around to try to get it to work, and it worked. I persisted. So whenever you're working on something, don't necessarily frog. Try to think outside of the box and see if you can work through it. You know, you can always do different things to adjust. It doesn't have to be exactly by the pattern, and it could just be you knowing how to stitch and just stitch away. And you know what? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but be brave and go for it. So that's what I did. So you'll see it's at this side here, this side here. Okay. So I don't know if you can see that, but if you can't see it, it's because it actually blends in really nicely, but you can see the different direction in the yarn, and I think it's kind of cool. So I decided it's easier to show you if I take it off and bring it up close, and I think you can see it better now. You can see where I've gone up and down the side. So this is done in extended single crochet, which gives it a really nice stitch definition. Really pretty. So that's everything I wanted to tell you about this cardigan, and I actually really, really love it. I'm going to leave you the pattern below as well if you like it. Now, the pattern itself is going to be one color, but you can take a look at this and go ahead and use this as an example. I made the sleeves the light gray, and I added in the color from the main area of the body and added in the black, and I really think it looks great. So again, heavy yarn, nice bulk. It is considered, I believe, a 6. It is considered a 6. I'm really happy with it. And this is the back. So really nice. And that is for my son. So I made a sweater for my son. I had to make one for my daughter-in-law as well. So that's what I'm going to show you next. Okay, so here it is. And I'm super excited about giving this to my daughter-in-law. She loves green. And this is so cute. It's an oversized sweater. So it's wide, but it's also a little bit cropped. And it is done in, I think, what's called the waffle stitch. But I'm going to link you to this pattern as well. Now, I did change up this pattern. For the most part, I loved the pattern. I thought it was great. It worked up in one piece. It was really an interesting pattern design. The only thing that I switched up is the ribbed edging here was worked up in this particular pattern separately and then sewn on. And I actually incorporated the pattern that I used from my son's cardigan. I did it the same way, and I liked it much better, and it looks pretty similar. And I also used the same buttons. They seem to work the best. This yarn has some gray in it, some green in it. And if you haven't guessed what yarn it is yet, it is Premier Puzzle Yarn in the colorway Dominoes. And I've made things with this before. If you go back in my videos, I created a hat set for mom and baby with a sweater for the baby and a cowl. I'll see if I can link you to that video. I have to look for it. But I really like this yarn. This yarn is a 5-weight yarn. It is 328 yards in a skein, so you get a nice amount of yarn, 300 meters. So actually, I had some left over, a pretty decent amount left over from the second skein. So let's say 1.5 skeins I used for this sweater. And the nice thing about this sweater is you can make it shorter or longer. The stitch pattern is beautiful. I love the texture. It's so cozy. Actually, this calls for a 6mm hook. The pattern calls for a 9mm hook, which makes it so nice and drapey. And I actually blocked this so that I could have it straight all the way around. And I thought it turned out really nice. Look at that. I love it. I hope she loves it too. And Premier Puzzle Yarn, I've used it before. I like working with it. It's really a nice yarn. It's soft. It's cushy. I just love it. And this one, to tell you a little bit more, this one is machine wash, cold, tumble, dry. It is 100% acrylic and just really a nice colorway. And honestly, at first, when I first started working with it, I thought, am I going to like this for a sweater? And I hope you agree with me because I think it's so pretty. I would wear it. I didn't think I would, but once it's all made up, I mean, it's short for me. I would make mine longer, but I'm actually considering this style because what's nice about this style, I love the V-neck. It can be worn with or without something underneath. It's pretty. So I did say I have a special guest as well, and this is an interesting special guest. I've had her before, and it was at the very beginning stages. I haven't been doing my YouTube channel for a long time. It's still less than a year, but at the beginning, I brought a little cute guest, and I haven't brought her back since because she really didn't get noticed, and I wasn't sure whether she was going to be a welcome part of my channel. And I actually would like to bring her back for a specific reason, which I'm going to share with you. And I would like you to tell me in the comments below, is she a nice addition to my channel? Would you like to see her again? And you can let me know. So this is what happened. I was on a live YouTube episode on somebody else's channel, and I happened to meet a woman who we were talking about karaoke. And you may not know this about me, but I love to sing. And there's an app called Smule. My name on Smule is Rockin, ROCKIN _ Rhonda, RHONDA. If you would like to see me sing, go there and check it out. I can't upload anything here because it would be against licensing rights because it uses that music. But anyways, I happened to meet a lovely woman who has a crochet channel herself. Her name is Pam. And I'm going to link you to her channel below because she's such a sweetheart. And she also sings on the same karaoke app. And she's got the vocals of a songbird. She just has such a lovely voice. So anyways, I brought this guest on to my karaoke. And she saw it and she just loved her. And I says, you know, I had her on this channel before and I didn't bring her back. She says, well, you should. So I thought, okay, well, I have to have a reason to bring her back. Her name is Penny. And I think without further ado and without any more explanation, I'm going to bring her to you right now. So this is my little puppet friend, Penny. You want to say hi?
Hi. I'm a little shy.
Well, yeah, but you know, these are very nice people here. And you sing, so it should be okay.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, I do a little bit of ventriloquism.
No, that's me talking.
Okay, all right. Shh, we won't say. Anyways, so I do a little bit of no, we won't say that. Penny helps me sing. Yes. And what's your favorite song?
You are nice sunshine.
Well, maybe we can sing that. What do you think?
Yeah, you want to hear?
I think they'll want to hear. But we'll do that next. I just thought, you know what? I thought I would design a little sweater for Penny so she could show you her little design. And she's been really needing something nice. And look at what I made for her. Can you model that?
Uh-huh.
So she's going to go up to the camera and you want to do a pirouette? Okay. Look at that. So it's got this frill in behind, frill on the sleeves. Turn back around.
Okay.
And these nice buttons. And I just thought it was so nice. And I used Kartopu yarn. Where did I put it? I have to show you this Cartopu yarn. So I have this one skein of Cartopu Art yarn and with these really cool colors. Look at what's left of it. And I didn't know what to do with it. And I thought, wow, great. This is what's left of a little sweater for Penny.
I like it.
I like it too. Okay, so we thought that maybe I could design some clothes for Penny. And you know, this is nice too if you have granddaughters or daughters and you want to design doll clothes. This is a great idea to do these minis because they don't take a whole lot of time. And if you're interested, I could probably do a little tutorial on one of these. If you're interested. Most people prefer full-size clothing, but if you'd like, I can do that. But let me know if you're interested in seeing me create designs for Penny, and we'll sing a song and you can let me know if you want to hear. And this is going to be a cappella, no music, so you think you can do it? Okay. You want to start? Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
We'll just do the short part because I don't know the lyrics.
Okay.
All right, ready? Okay.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take my yarn away.
Oh, yeah. That was great.
Thank you.
So anyways, You know, it's a little bit weird bringing her here. No. Yeah, okay. Well, we like having you here. I like having you here. Do you like having Penny here? Do you want to see me design clothes for her? So anyways, to Pam, who I don't know if she's watching now, but she said I should bring Penny. So this is Penny, and she probably wants to help me with my channel. Do you want to help me with my channel?
Yeah, you can make stuff for me.
Oh, yeah, I can. I can make stuff for her. Maybe a dress next time.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty much what I've been doing. I've been working on all kinds of things, and coming up within the next few days, I'm going to have a draw for my pattern testers, and I'm going to show you all the wonderful hats that they made, and I think it was a success. And I'm going to have my pattern available, and I'll also have a tutorial, a video tutorial for you. So if you want to make a knockoff designer hat, you can do that. So we'll have that as well. So again, if you haven't subscribed and this is something that interests you, please subscribe. I would love for you to do that and watch me and never miss a video and know what's coming up next. So for now, there will be a tutorial coming up for a hat that is actually a knockoff designer hat, and it looks exactly like the hat. So if you haven't seen the video about that yet, you can take a look at that and get some insight into it, and coming up you will see all of the hats that my pattern testers made. So that's it for now. I'm sorry that I was absent for so long. If you watch me and were waiting for me and wondering where I was, I'm perfectly fine. If I disappear like this, it's because I'm busy making things, and just know that I'm going to come back with some things to show you. And Penny might be one of them. She might have some nice clothes that we can work on, and they're pretty quick to work up because you're just little.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think? You want to say goodbye?
Uh-huh. Bye. It's nice to meet you all. Happy crocheting.
Happy crocheting. Awesome. Okay, have a great day. Have a great evening, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.
bun, sugar plum, pumpy umby umpkin. You're my sweetie pie. You're my cupcake, gumdrop, snickums, spickums. You're the apple of my eye. And I love you so, and I want you to know that I'll always be right here. And I love to sing 2 songs to you because you are so dear.